Well, it's the last day of the continuous voter registration in Lagos and some other states in the third phase of the exercise, but it appears all hasn't gone well. Today in the Yaba area of Lagos, the same area where the INEC head office is located, Adhoc officials and NYSC members refused to work as they protested Meagre stipends paid to them.
It's the last day of the voter registration exercise in Lagos after a 2-day extension by INEC and more agitations. Blood boys and these young men and women are resolute on not working. The vehicles to convey them to the centers are waiting while the equipments lie unattended as they go on rampage. Their grievances are that they were not well paid for the distribution of permanent voter cards, and now they have not been paid for the continuous voter registration exercise, and in fact, they feel the last days have been more stressful, and the 2,000 naira INEC wants to pay them per day is not enough.
The first previous exercise they did, they paid them 3,500. Now that one is a less tedious exercise. Now we did one that is even times 3 tedious than the first one. Now we are saying the money should be just 5,000 at least. Just give us 5,000 per day. Let us go. Now they're not trying to tell us that that is from the top, that is Jega that awarded 2,000 for each participant. Does that make sense?
And this INEC staff, the payment is 1,000 naira per day. Then for honoraria for corpus is rate per registration officer 2,000 naira per day. So, in fact, for security men is just 500 naira. So you see, the protest is misplaced because there's no basis for it.
The politicians in the community are also agitated as the Adhoc officials down tools. Their own fear is that since it's the last day of the exercise, most voters may be disenfranchised.
Today is the last day. In mainland, my domain, did they want us to lose? And when they were looking for this job, they were begging.
As the Adhoc officials refuse to work, one can only imagine what is happening at the centers. Our visit to some of the centers reveals the frustrations of the voters who have waited all day without any information on why the Adhoc officials have not resumed, especially as it is the deadline day.
Some people leave their work to come and stay here, and at the end it was just a veil. This is just a fluke. They are just robbing us. This is not an election, and they are still giving us conditions by bank. Bank are forcing us to make this thing compulsory, because if not for the bank and the school stuff, we would have been coming here to come and do this thing.
Here we have since about 10 o'clock, till about 2 o'clock now. We've not seen them, and we are still here inside the sun.
More fears and great resentment from several quarters over the conduct of the exercise, and with just about 2 months to the polls, the task of ensuring voter confidence in the register and the electoral process must now be of great concern for INEC. Sheung Okimbale reporting for Channels Television News.
Still on that particular exercise, more fears have arisen on the state of the register being compiled by the Independent National Electoral Commission for the 2015 general elections. The Coalition for Democrats for Electoral Reform, CODA, today raised a red flag over the manner in which the continuous voter registration has been conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The group has advised INEC not to allow the register and the hitches affecting the process to disrupt the entire exercise.
We are resolutely determined to campaign vigorously against the wanton disregard for justice, fair play, and equity. We demand that INEC should be prevailed upon to stop the avoidable corrosion of all already captured by data registration by discontinuing the usage of the patch software. Second, we demand that the GAS should be prevailed upon to resume immediately the usage of the 2011 compiled register for the 2015 general elections. The fresh voters registration should proceed concurrently without delay in order not to deny qualified Nigerians from exercising their most fundamental right to elect persons that will govern them for a particular period.
Well, everyone must cultivate the habit of replenishing the earth in order to keep desertification at bay. This is one earth-saving measure highlighted by Dr. Newton Jibuno at the second O.A. Williams Biennial Lecture organized by the Nigerian Spanish Association in Lagos. Other discussants at the lecture pinpointed how some of our activities put the earth in harm's way.
It's the second O.A. Williams Biennial Lecture, put together by the Nigerian Spanish Association in honor of an environmentalist of great repute who dedicated much of her life propagating the gospel of a safe and clean planet. Both the young and old have come to be part of the lecture. But first, the chairman of the occasion sets the tone for the day.
The theme, the planet Earth, could not be more appropriate and timely given the current environmental crisis facing nations worldwide, including our own, spurred by our actions, domestic and global, and the challenges they pose to future human well-being and security.
That done, the guest speakers take turn to sink their teeth into the day's discourse.
If you fly through most cities of Nigeria, just what you see today are rubbles, especially in most cities. But in other parts of the world, you go through a lot of vegetation. And so that's what we're trying to create, because we believe that no matter how small your land is, if you can develop a little garden there, tomorrow it will become a little forest.
Today there is no Barbage. There has been no Barbage for several years, and yet Echo Atlantic City is coming up. It's a big question to ourselves whether we are trading off the future of our children by building what we think are modern edifices that are raising, in quotes, our standard of living today. It's a big question.
5 years ago, a very progressive climate change bill was introduced and it was presented to the presidency. 5 years ago, it still hasn't been signed.
The representative of the Lagos State Governor recounts an experience with Mama O.A. Williams.
On Monday morning, when we were going to have a management meeting, I heard that Mama was downstairs. I said, what? I ran downstairs. He was called to say, yes. We were bound with this already.
The lecture is done and lessons taken. But what appears to be most desirable now is action, if we must safeguard our future. Chris Illems, Channels Television News.
Well, it's not the best of times for residents of Ihimi community in Ikubauha local government area of Edo State. As a result of the poor state of their environment, they are appealing to government at all levels to find a lasting solution to the flooding that has been ravaging the community for over 14 years. They told Channels Television that if nothing is done to intervene, the community may soon be washed away. Our community report tonight takes a look at the plight of the Ihimi indigents.
Decay, submerged and abandoned houses, blocked drains, artificial sand embankment and grazing cows are images that greet you as you enter Wire Road in Ihimi community in the Ikubauha Oka local government area of Edo State. Here, the situation is so bad that flood and erosion have combined to force residents who labor to build their houses to vacate them. And for those who could muster the courage to stay back, coping with the situation is one big challenge.
Before my retirement, I managed to build these 2 bungalows. That size is all I and my family intending these 8 rooms for me to feed when time comes. But unfortunately, there was a great erosion. Going here and there, floating here and there, then this house, it was taken by erosion.
Water entered this place
carry everything, the chair, everything away. So we don't have anything. If you want to sleep now, we put this for ground. No bed, nothing.
The lamentation goes on as residents bemoan the loss of not only their property, but loved ones as well.
Last year or so, 3 of our landlords, they died because of the rain that fell in the night. When they were about to come out, they carried their property on the head. When they were about to come out, no, say, they should not feed the whole area. The property they carry fell on them. Nobody to help them. So because of that, 3 of them died.
The roads that are supposed to serve the areas has long been abandoned by the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Again, residents say the only way to describe action is that the projects have been forgotten, and that's not good enough.
We went to NDDC and told them that the flood want to rain down our houses. You understand? So then they came and start work. When they came and start work, then many people were against the contractor, say that is not the way they should to divert the erosion, that they have to go through the wire road. Then they say no. So since that time, we have been begging NDDC to help us, or for the federal government to help us.
If rain falls, no dey sleep. We always dey outside. They look so that the house, my house may not collapse. Today now, we don't know whether we have government or not. The government just forgot us. And whereas the center of Benin, we dey here. From a ring road to this place, it's not up to 2 miles.
But the commissioner in charge of NDDC in Edo State disagrees. He gives that assurance that the road will be fixed.
In that area we are talking about, it falls under category 1, the first problem. The contractor has not been paid to continue his work. It is where he has achieved a certain level of work. He now is qualified for payment, and the fund has not come. That is why he has not gone back to work. And I'm very positive that the moment he's paid, he will go back to work.
As things stand now, these people need more than just talk, and they're asking the relevant authorities to come to their aid before it's too late.
Now, you're talking.
When the news at 10 returns, federal government moves to provide more rail lines to improve the nation's transport system. Do join us again.